I am the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. I'm putting duct tape over the numbers. They're very distracting. How are you doing? What's up? Let me do this. I think I'm trying a new thing here, but it looks like the chat covers that up. So let's do it this way. I don't know. I've been in India all day. I'll show you. It's Mahashivaratri. It's a big celebration in India. That's the Isha Foundation. You know, Sadhguru's there. They're in Coimbatore. That's where the ashram is. So happy Mahashivaratri. It's a big deal. Anyway, what this is all about is that this time of the year, I think it's the second new moon of the year. Don't quote me on that. There's a surge of cosmic energy, cosmic rays. And what they do in India is they stay awake all night to keep their spine in an upright position, and that gives you a lot more power. So if you're so inclined, just for my Indian friends, go to isha.org. I guess here it's let me just tell you in case you're interested. Mahashivaratri live with Sadhguru at Isha. It's like a 24 to 48 hour celebration. So I've been riding that wave. I'm riding with Sadhguru and I'm riding with Biden. I'm in good company. And you guys. Not necessarily in that order. Last night was great. It was awesome. We needed to see what Joe Biden is made of. I know what he's made of. You know what he's made of. But we needed to see it. Biden-Harris established 2020. But, you know, we who paid close attention to what's going on didn't need to see it as much as the rest of the country. And, you know, I heard somebody saying on Midas Touch, I think it was Brett, was saying that it was like the Super Bowl. And it really was. It was a huge audience. Biden hit all the right notes. Shout out to Kathy Beale because I texted her moments before the State of the Union and I asked her what the astrology was. She's good. We got some quality people here. Quality astrologer, quality psychic right here. She said that astrologically it looked like he would be feisty. And boy, his Scorpio came out. My goodness, I loved it. I was eating it up. You don't mess with the Scorpio. He was caught on a hot mic saying we're going to have a come to Jesus moment. To who? Oh, the Israel Prime Minister? Who was that? Anyway, I want to listen to the speech again. I know there was so much in there that I probably missed. There was just so much in there. Today, true to form, the loser waits until, this is so classic, waits until the last minute and waits until Biden is riding high because he just knocked it out of the park. It wasn't BS. It was all real. It was all true. An Irish Scorpio, yep, I got a little bit of that. With Scorpio rising and a lot of Scorpio for me. And in fact, Joe Biden and my charts are kind of similar. Anyway, not to brag or anything. So then the loser today decides to make news where he's posting bond of $91 million. Sirens. Is anybody paying attention to what's going on here? Have we heard about this? 91.3 million. The man that has to ask people for $10 donations and sell golden sneakers and NFT cards and he's always conning and scraping and scrounging, all the while pretending he's a multi-billionaire. We come together so that I can use my gifts as a psychic to tell you what I'm picking up on. And there's some smelly fish there in that whole deal. Laura Trump was voted in as head of the RNC. I am certain, for what do I call them? According to my psychic facts, so smelly, right? I am spiritual. I am spiritual. I like your handle. Oh, she's co-chair. I didn't know if she was, the chair. Co-chair. And then the other guy, his last name starts with a W. The RNC will be drained of all the money. Well, Laura Trump is saying that the RNC is going to pay Trump's legal bills. Well, why would he even need them to? Because apparently he's got connections to Viktor Orban, who's at Mar-a-Lago. I mean, it's just like, is it just me, or is it totally obvious? I'm gonna ask the pendulum. I'm going to ask the pendulum. And he met with Elon the other day, and I got that it came from Elon, but I think it was indirectly, and it could have been like a co-signer. I get that it's from Orban. What I don't know... Oh, Betty, I got your package today. Thank you. It's going to have to wait till Christmas till I pull them out. Because... Thank you. What Laura doesn't know is that it's against the law. When does that ever stop them? Did you see the clown, Marjorie Taylor Greene, last night? Isn't that a violation of the Hatch Act? To show up in campaign gear to the State of the Union? We'll get to that. Electrostorm, you thought the news said it was from a company called Chubb? To tell you the truth, after the State of the Union last night, I really wanted to stay with that energy. And I really wanted to attend virtually Mahashivaratri and ride this energy of this high frequency. We're heading into a new moon. And to charge up my battery. So my psychic battery, my spiritual battery, I want to charge things up, take advantage of this cosmic energy. And so I wanted to stay in that high vibrational frequency, and I managed to. But the way that I did it was I did not want the buzzkill of going to the mainstream media news and have them poo-poo all over it. So I don't know if they did. The Sergeant of Arms asked Marjorie to remove her hat. She refused. Yeah, she's a loser. She is a serious loser. Decorum means break all the rules to her. So yeah, so the loser posts bond, which means he gets to appeal, right? And Warren, I covered up the number of people that are here, so I'll get to it. I'll get to the, are we past the 200 quorum before we do a group hug? So the loser post bond today, and 91 million out of nowhere seemingly. However, he visited with Elon a few days ago, and he's visiting with Viktor Orban, the dictator of Hungary. And they've been talking about, the fascist Republicans have been talking about Orban for years now, how wonderful it is. And they have a kind of a right-wing extremist fascist government in Hungary. Maybe not as intense as like Russia, or nothing's as intense as North Korea. But yeah, it came from nefarious sources. I'll just say it. There it is. I feel like Elon co-signed in whatever way that they did their deals. It's my psychic facts. That's what I call them. If anybody tries to sue me for slander, I'll just say, oh, so do you believe the psychics are giving factual information? So my psychic facts are that Viktor Orban and Elon, I don't think they worked together at the same meeting at the same exact time, but I feel like it was, a plan. I keep on picking up on plans. Where's your lawyer? You have a question for Warren? Damon? Good to see you. Good to see you all. Thank you for being here. He's just looking for attention. Well, yeah, he's always looking for attention. Every single time without fail, when there's good news for the Democrats, every time. There's not one time that the loser didn't create a bigger story. I challenge somebody to come up with a time when there was really good news for the Democrats and Trump didn't get in there and remember that, you've also seen this clip of him at I think it was maybe a G7 summit, where he's walking on the stage and like a big bull in a china shop, right? And he's walking through this little crowd, and he pushes one of the, I don't know who was it, one of the world leaders, I don't know what country he was from. You probably know what I'm talking about. It's right there, right? Out of my way. Oh, so presidential. Yeah, that made us look good on the world stage. You challenged Trump to eat a salad? Right. So first we're going to look at where that damn money came from. My pendulums are tied up here. We'll use this one. I get Viktor Orban so strongly, but I get also that Elon Musk had something to do with it too. Did he get the money from Viktor Orban? It is so clear. It is so clear. Is the FBI on the case? Is the FBI looking into it right now? Yes, you saw me in the Midas Touch chat last night for sure. I was there. I made about 85 comments about MAGA Mike. It was just, oh my God. It was pathetic. That State of the Union, I mean, remember there was a while back when I said they should all be wearing signs on their backs that say, I work for Putin. Elon Musk isn't doing money to politics this year? That doesn't make sense. The grammar doesn't make sense. MAGA Mike, if he was trying to hide anything, he did a terrible job. Put it that way. Loan is from... was appointed. All right, hang on. Lowness from Chubb Group CEO was an appointee by TFG. Yeah. It's illicit. It's illicit. Let's pull a fairy card. It's Friday night. Let's pull a Friday night fae card. Forest Fae for Friday. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up. Thank you. As you can tell, I have my QR code right in front of you, so maybe I'm just trying a little experiment. And also, in honor of Women's Day, today's Women's Day. Today's my older sister's birthday. I know, seems like I come from a family of Pisces. Kind of do. And then along came me. Yeah, it's International Women's Day. And when I mentioned Mahashivratri in India, that's a big festival to bring in the feminine. We're not talking about sex, just the quality of energy, to bring in that feminine spiritual energy. So it's really a powerful, powerful day. A fae card. Seed spells. Create your story. It is the most potent form of magic. Okay, so that takes me to something that I wanted to talk about. I'm probably going to move this for a little while, and then I'll put it back. I'll put it back for like intermittent commercial breaks. So this is what I was talking about. Create your story. It is the most potent form of magic. This is the guidance that I'm getting, and I kind of started this today. When you feel good, especially when you feel good about how the Democrats are doing and what's going on with that, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it by going to the mainstream news. That's my recommendation. Stay with that high vibration. Stay with, visualize Joe Biden getting reelected without a lot of craziness. When you're riding on that high vibration, like we were last night, that was just so awesome. And just on that point, we had a Grassroots of Democracy meeting last night. And I got it in my head to spend 10 minutes at the end of the meeting doing a guided meditation where we visualized light in that room before the president came in and gave his State of the Union address. And I swear it worked. We like to say, we did that. School fish fries. I missed something. Anyway. So where the Fae card says, create your story, it is the most potent form of magic, that confirms the message that I'm getting, which is, do not get mired in the negativity. Don't allow any negativity about our democracy. Don't allow it to get in and sink in. It's okay to know. Notice I'm wearing my red, white, and blue today. It's okay to know what's going on in the news, but don't wallow in the woe. We're so unfortunate. We're gonna, our democracy, we're gonna lose. Don't wallow in that. Because I'm talking about energy, and we have to keep our brains, our minds focused on what we want to create. Today's a very auspicious day for that. Set the trajectory where you want it to go. I'm going to pull some. We're going to use the witch cards in honor of it being International Women's Day. Bring in the goddess energy. And we'll do a group hug first. Hungary is pretty poor, yeah. You know the little fairies that I have? Those little, I don't know if you can see her. That little fairy, remember Judy? Elliot the democracy elf and Judy the elf went with him. They'll be back someday, probably in the near future. They're making, somebody named Judy is making outfits for them. Let's see. So does the New York financial moderator of Loser get to know where 45 got a sudden gift of cash? That's what I want to know. I didn't ask that yet, but that is definitely something I plan to ask. So let's ask it now. Let's ask if the source of Trump's coming up with $91.3 million all of a sudden. I mean, this man was just selling golden sneakers, which, by the way, if you purchase those golden sneakers, you didn't get them. They're on order to arrive in July. Yeah, I got Orban. I got that it came from Orban. It doesn't matter that Hungary is a poor country because Viktor Orban is connected to, guess who? Who's the president of Moldova? Will it be found out what the nefarious connections are to this money? We will find out. We will find out. I've kind of got wind that they already know. This is already known. I don't think he needed to sell secret documents, Marge. Because what's going on here is the Kremlin has a vested interest in getting the loser into the White House. He needs to not be on the ballot at all. Right? Russia has a vested interest, and just like they did in 2016. Hello? Remember the Mueller report? Is it just me, or is it as obvious to everybody else here? Just wondering. How about the Pentagon denying UFOs? Wait, we're not on that topic at the moment. Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I promised a group hug. 1, 2, 3. Group hug. All right. Can you say conflict of interest on the outside chance he wins? What do you mean? I don't understand that question. Oh, Kathy, I was wondering the same thing. We're on the same wavelength. Will E. Jean Carroll question the bond and what will happen with that? Yes, I do. I see that it's being questioned as we speak. And I wondered the same thing. Is E. Jean Carroll inquiring about the source of that money? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And her, oh, yeah, that's really strong. That's really strong. Okay. Biden is on the campaign trail now. That man never stops. Oh, the SCOTUS, I'm telling you, he was all scorpionic last night. It was so good. You didn't quite know what he was going to say next, but it was like, ba-bum, 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 go Joe. And he's out campaigning again, and I'm going to tell you something. 81 in 2024 is not 81 in the 1960s. You know what I'm saying? Look at how many nutritional supplements are out there to get people to be, keep their energy up. It's amazing. You heard on my touch that the New York judge shut down all of Trump's New York business. Yeah? I thought that already happened. 3 cards about Biden. Yeah, man, SCOTUS, when he used their line back at them, when Joe Biden did that and SCOTUS is sitting right there, we should read about where Clarence Thomas was. Baby. That was beautiful. They just sat there stone-faced, like they I think they were stunned. Thank you, Rondaru. I think, yeah, his scorpion stinger was out. They deserved it. Look at how much pain the Supreme Court has put this country through. 3 cards about the aftermath of the State of the Union. He met the moment. I'm telling you, he really met the moment. And that's why I could not bear to hear any negativity today. They were stunned, right, Damon? They were definitely stunned. Well, the liberal justices know that it's not. It's pretty. I mean, we know the liberal justices are they're doing the right thing. So I don't see that they'd be offended by that. Yeah. So yeah, what's going on? After the Biden administration, after the State of the Union, people are going to start attacking. I wish I had better news, but it's not like it's new. The fallout after the Biden campaign, after the State of the Union, on the campaign trail, there's going to be a lot of evil. Yeah, the Supreme Court was embarrassed. I mean, the whole world was watching. Alito was praying for retirement. He should retire. We could use that seat. But there's a lot of love. There's a lot of good coming to Biden, too. But after the fallout from the State of the Union is bash, 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 bash. Fox is not saying Sleepy Joe anymore. Give it a day. This is the devil card in the Witch's Tarot, because the witches don't believe in the devil, so this is the shadow side. So Biden's out on the campaign trail, and actually, I just heard him. They did show a little bit, or maybe they showed the whole thing of Biden earlier today in Pennsylvania speaking, and I'm glad he's talking about it. He said he saw signs that said "F you, Biden," and he heard a little 6-year-old child say F you. They're saying jacked up Joe on, I have that on my mug with Jack Smith on it. Yeah, so Biden addressed it. And I'm so glad that he's finally addressing it. Do you remember when, how the president, I don't know if the loser ever did this, but it's kind of traditional for the president to call a young child on Christmas Eve and to wish them a Merry Christmas. Do you guys remember this? And so, I think it was 2 years ago, Joe Biden called a child and said, Merry Christmas to the child, and I hope you're, looking forward to seeing Santa and all this. And the dad in the background said, let's go, Brandon, while the President of the United States was calling to tell that man's son to wish him a Merry Christmas. Whenever I see "Let's go, Brandon" signs, it makes me want to cry. It really does. And not for Joe Biden per se, but it makes me want to cry that people have a need to be that hateful. It's really incredible. So anyway, as far as on the campaign trail, he's going to be facing a lot of evil. But at least he's facing it. He's discovering courage. Joe Biden's courageous anyway. Look at what he did. He went to Ukraine in the middle of a battle. And no president ever did that. No respect. No, it's disgusting. But we're not like that. And most people aren't like that. Yeah, then he's up out the door and campaigning. But this is support. This 8 of Wands is support. So as Biden becomes more loved, and man, it was like if you go to a club or something, there's an awesome band or a concert, and there's an awesome band or artist, and artists always have awesome bands. The Democrats were going wild. It was so great. You don't think Biden should debate the predecessor? Do you really think that the loser would want to do that? Joe ain't backed up on false things. He's jacked up on real things. The choice is, do we want to have democracy? That's really what it is. Yeah, 4 more years. They were really yelling. It was awesome. Tweet Scotchy's I'm a broken record. Yeah, we have to be. So is the other side. Broken records. How many things go through your head that they say over and over and over and over? Even though you don't want those things to go through your head. How many times the loser said things over and over, and he still does. And by the way, I might want to read on this. Truth Social went down last night during the State of the Union. That was kind of strange. I need a new table. My table's very wobbly tonight. Too much energy. Let's read on. I have my. I'm trying to, relegate the positive things we're going to read on to these cards, and I'm like, okay, what do I read about? I was talking about Mahashivarati earlier, and I thought it was really interesting from a cosmic perspective that by some strange sequence of events, it ended up, the State of the Union is usually in January, right? It ended up being during the same time. It's very cosmic. Give me a positive question about positive people. You probably unplugged it. You can't just unplug. I don't think you can just unplug a social media platform. I don't know. We'll read about that. We'll read about why his social media platform went down. I wonder if his people around him made it go down because they didn't want him. Oh my gosh, that's kind of what I'm picking up. I think that the techies made it go down because they were afraid what he would. I hate that he calls it Truth Social. What he would post would be too damaging. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like it was deliberate. It kind of looks like it. Because in the face of what they're facing about January 6th, Six of Cups, evidence about January 6th. So I'm asking about Truth Social going down during the State of the Union address. I feel like some techies made it not work. Yeah, lie social. Yeah. I'll just call it the loser's platform. Because I love the word truth. I'm Sagittarius. We're all about I seek the truth, right? We all have slogans associated with our signs. Oh, that's what you're saying, Christine. Yeah. I feel like it was deliberate. I feel like that they feared that he would be so angry, throwing ketchup against the wall and all the rest of it, that they didn't want him to post anything during the State of the Union. Yeah. Perhaps a lot of his social media shareholders may have sold their shares of stock and drained the bank account. Yeah, but we're just... Yeah, so John, what we're asking is like, what happened? Like that wouldn't... If they all pulled out, it seems like it would still work, at least for a while. But the Three of Pentacles does have to do with plotting something, plotting and planning. I feel like his tech people made it go down for a while because they didn't want the burden. He's in a lot of trouble with the law, so they didn't want the burden of him, just creating more evidence against himself, perjuring himself again. Probably has cheap tech. I mean, it's not like it would have been like just so busy it crashed. Oh my gosh, he should definitely be in jail. But the Six of Cups, they didn't want to make it worse for him. I get that it was intentional. I don't think he knew. But what's popping into my mind is like when he was in the White House, people on his staff kept talking about the 25th Amendment. Maybe we need to invoke the 25th Amendment. You know what that is? When a man is, or a woman for that matter, is unfit mentally. You thought the USA was the sign of Cancer. It is. Yeah. I must have missed something, Darren, because I don't know what... Oh, you were talking to Chuck. All right, I'll mind my business. Amy Coney Barrett was a no-show. I didn't really take note of that. Let's ask about how... I mean, I'm so glad Biden humiliated the Supreme Court. They're so awful. They're ruining our country on purpose. Amy, Alito, and Thomas were absent. Well, Well, let's do this. Let's ask why Clarence Thomas wasn't there. According to Kathy Beale, Clarence Thomas's chart looks terrible health-wise. Let's ask the pendulum. Was Clarence not there because he didn't feel well? That's not why he might not feel well, but that's not the reason that he wasn't there. Was Clarence Thomas advised to not? Was he advised to not go? No, I think of his own volition, he opted to not go. Was Clarence Thomas feeling like he didn't want to have to deal with people hating him? Yes. What a coward. What a coward. If you're going to ruin the country, just stand there and let us send you bad vibes. He didn't get the payment to attend. Yeah, and actually we have seen that, we have seen that Thomas, I feel a lot of like heart stuff and digestive stuff for Clarence Thomas. I don't think he eats very well. I don't think, I'm not seeing Ginny as a loving, cooking wife. I don't know. Anyway, enough about him. Will this make any impact? Joe Biden humiliating them, calling them out on their what. Is it going to make an impact on their decision making? Too big a yeah, I just get those complete cowardice. Marge Betsy's constipated. That's Maga Mike looked like he was gonna puke last night. I'm talking about Thomas, but we'll get to Maga Mike. I know I'm talking about the Supreme Court right now, but I was so struck, as we all were, I am sure, when Biden was saying we need to help Ukraine, we need to save democracies in the world, or whatever he said. I am going to go back and listen to the whole thing again and go through it with a fine-tooth comb. They wouldn't applaud saving democracies. They won't even fake it. Back to the Supreme Court, the fallout from this, is it going to change their evil ways? Well, we have the evil card again. We have the evil card again. Is it going to change their evil ways? Well, I actually feel like there's some repercussions coming for the Supreme Court, given how corrupt they've been. It's kind of Sheldon Whitehouse energy. This is some kind of an offering. I don't mean a money offering or something like that. I mean like an offering that causes them to do not the right thing, but to do things that are less damaging. Oh, thank you. Did someone donate? I'm so focused on the reading of This is interesting. The Supreme Court, is that what happened last night with them being humiliated? And they were. I could see it. Is it going to make any change happen? What happened energetically there? I have the Devil card. They're still steeped in evil. That's what it is. Plain and simple. And I've always gotten, since we're on the topic, I've always gotten that Biden would appoint 3 justices during his time in office. So we've got a couple more to go. They're still corrupt as all hell. This is... I feel like this is like the evidence, Sheldon Whitehouse and all the evidence, and it's not that they're worried they're going to go to jail, the Supreme Court, the justices. It's not that they're worried they're going to go to jail. Because they're like the freaking monarchy. But all this evidence about how corrupt they are, they're not going to like it, just like they didn't like it last night. And then I see them kind of backing off some things that are quite controversial. So there's a couple decisions coming up that I feel like they're going to be less heinous. the only way I can really put it. I feel like they're going to be a little less heinous. And it's really because I don't know if like they could lose their seats. I don't know what it takes to impeach them. But even though you might think they don't care how they look in the face of the American public. Thanks for the donation. It's more I don't know. I think that some of them have, maybe it's not a conscience, but an ego, enough of an ego that they don't want to feel like everybody hates them. I feel like that's why Clarence Thomas wasn't there. I'm taking out the Nefarious cards momentarily, but I feel like we should ask one more thing. And this about like the positives. I know. It's a lot. But how the State of the Union affected the American people. These earrings are from Isha. ISHA, Isha Shop, if you're interested. They're not expensive, they're all copper. Copper is a great conductor of psychic energy. Just so you know, this is copper too. A little trivia there, tidbits of information. The effect on the American people. Yeah, come off their pedestals. That's a good way to put it, Tammy. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like they'll be coming off their pedestals a bit. The Supreme Court justices, and I really get Sheldon Whitehouse. I really pick up Sheldon Whitehouse. Yeah, Biden was amazing. We were praying, we were intending, we were visualizing, we were doing all that. I'm shuffling the cards and I keep pulling the devil card. Oh dear. How is this affecting, how does it affect the American people? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that we are going to have to do everything that we can and view people that have been Trumpsters as lost children. Biden was channeling all our energy. We always say at Grassroots Democracy, when something good happens for our democracy, we always say, we did that. Bear with me. If we understand that the people that are voting for Trump are uninformed and they're lost, that's not an insult. We're all lost at some point in life, right? Every single one of us gets lost. Is Thomas telling dad jokes and I'm missing them? Sorry, I'm just trying to be focused. The effect of the State of the Union on the American people. I think that they thought that Joe Biden looked strong, and I think that it's confusing to them. I do. I think that it's confusing to them because he hit all the right notes and he talked to the American people. He works for the American people. The President of the United States is our employee. So I feel like it was quite confusing that he came out like with all these things that people want, with these amazing numbers, job numbers, these amazing numbers for the stock market and the economy, and America's back on its feet, and America has the best economy in the freaking world. And then he's talking about taking away junk fees, and you know how annoying it is when you forget what the date is and you forget to get your credit card payment in, and instead of them going, oh, you know, it's okay, here, we'll just tag on $8, they tag on over $30, right? I mean, it's like, there he is, and then there's Sean Fain of the United Auto Workers Union, you know, who calls Donald Trump a, what's he call him? A scab at the State of the Union, and Biden's up there and he's pro-middle class and pro-union and pro, you know, get Amazon and the Bezos, I mean, that is Bezos, and the rest of them to just pay their fair share of taxes. And it's like health care, right? Don't take away Social Security and Medicare. And so the American people are freaking confused. And he did make it clear that the GOP has nothing to run on. Absolutely. If we are paying even a little bit of attention, join me in this. Let's think up one thing that the Republicans have done in the past 3 years. One thing that the Republicans have done. Anybody? So the way the American people are feeling is actually a lot of the American people are nervous. Especially people that used to be Republicans. We have got to be compassionate. We have got to approach people that voted for the loser. We can't say he's a loser. If you know people, friends and family members, you're going to have to be loving. Treat it like a spiritual exercise. Biden will expand the court. There's a lot that the Biden administration will do. And it was promised last night. So a lot of people actually liked what they heard. But the people that have voted, remember, in the primaries, in Massachusetts, the Republicans voted for Trump. Well, I kind of feel like that's not accurate. But anyway, I digress. Vermont went for Nikki Haley. So I have work to do in my state. They're confused. And I know it's going to be a challenge. Discover your courage. Discover your compassion. Recognize that we all get lost along the way in life. Don't we? Is anybody here gonna say, honestly, that they've never felt lost in their lives? You can't treat it like a spiritual exercise? I'm just talking about if you can't be, if you can't think anything nice about people that are Trumpsters, just go neutral, right? I'm just giving you my advice, that's all. But it does help the collective energy. And so this is what the American people are going through. This is sleepless nights. So we really have to support all the messaging, all the Democratic messaging, all the messaging that says we are in this together. We want America to be wonderful. Make America intelligent again. Marge, I think they are all brainwashed, Annette. Marge, I know you're here frequently. I'm befuddled that you're saying I think that they're all brainwashed, Annette, because I say it every single PNN. Every single time. It's a cult. There's a book about it called The Cult of Trump. You do know that they are brainwashed, right? And if, I have this kind of a more insight than most who haven't had a family member in a cult. Right? Yeah, they are brainwashed. But it's understandable that most people don't know what that is because most people haven't had a direct experience with that. So, read The Cult of Trump. It's time for the Nefarious cards. And I'm going to do a little assignment. And I'm going to, there's a little book that came with these Nefarious People cards. That's what I call them. Because they're actual figures in history. Oh, they're falling out. And it's just kind of interesting. All right, hang on. We're going to read on the loser. Yes, we are. And we're going to read on Marjorie Trader Green. I mean, that's a special kind of not well. What Marjorie Trader Green did last night. To show up at a State of the Union address in front of the world. Don't think that the world doesn't watch the most powerful nation in the world's president give a State of the Union address, especially when they are shaking in their boots. The whole world was watching, and she showed up looking like a clown. And she showed up attempting to make an issue because of an isolated situation where, I don't even know the story, an immigrant was murdered somebody. To use that unfortunate, horrible thing and to turn it into a political issue. Unforgivable. Biden was ad-libbing her and slammed her. Yeah, she deserves it. And Lauren Boebert, remember I told you that before the State of the Union, I got this really strong sense that Joe Biden didn't want Lauren Boebert to say anything, and he was going to make sure that Lauren Boebert didn't, because I think that Joe Biden is just really not impressed, because Biden is such a family man. He's so disgusted. This is my impression. I think Biden is so disgusted by Lauren Boebert and how her whole family, they all have mugshots. So she and her ex-husband and her son has been arrested. I think he's in jail now for felonies. He got a young girl pregnant, and Lauren Boebert is no angel. And I said before the State of the Union, I felt like Biden pulled someone aside and said, that Boebert better keep her mouth shut. Let me ask the pendulum if that happened, because I felt that before. Did Biden say something to someone about keeping Boebert in line? Yes, I do get that strongly. It's Laura, it's Lara, Lara Trump. I'm just responding to somebody in the chat. I've never seen Lauren Boebert look so alone and so just like a balloon that's got the air let out, and very sad. Very sad. Yeah, Biden feels sorry for Boebert's kids. Yeah, because Joe Biden knows what it takes to raise kids, how hard it is. You have to give them a moral compass. I mean, that's the only thing I'm sure that saved Hunter, was he had something of a moral compass during his terrible addiction time. 3 cards about the loser. Damon I says, I would have approached her my damn self. Me too. Sorry about the spelling. Did you spell something wrong? I don't know. I'm barely seeing it. Boebert had a nice dress on, though. This color. Crazy. Oh, I just got this wave about the Democrats really feeling strong right now. Remember the little chant. Let's do it together. More Democrats running and elections winning. I want you all to know it. More Democrats running and elections winning. Oh, thank you, Betty. I like blue. Blue used to be my very favorite color. Okay. The loser. 3 of Cups. He's celebrating. I don't know why. Oh, he's celebrating. So the loser's celebrating because he got the money. The 4 of Wands. He's boxed in. It feels like this. So the loser he's feeling happy that he got the money, because his next step in the plan is to commit more crimes so that he can get, because he feels like he can get himself in the White House, which tells me Russia. Oh, Thomas is putting dad jokes up there. A dung beetle walks into a bar. Is this stool taken? You want a bell, huh? Hang on a second. Hang on. I'm literally covering up the number of people here because I find it really distracting. But thank you for being here. It's not that I don't want to know that you're here. It drives me crazy. It's really distracting. That was a funny one. And Vlad Dracula. Yes, yeah. What the loser is doing right now is he's making plans with Putin. Maybe not directly. Does Sean Muller, you must have just gotten here because yes, Orban does have something to do with the 45 getting the 91 million. My friend who does my hair, totally unrelated topic. She really likes great music, and I was Sean Mullen. Okay, I thought maybe you were the same person, Sean Muller. There's an artist named Sean Mullen who's a really good singer-songwriter. All right, back to Trump. He's happy, he's celebrating, he is boxed in. The plan that he has in his mind has to work in order for him to not lose everything. This is the Kremlin. He has a plan up his sleeve. The loser has a plan up his sleeve, and it's with the Kremlin. I can't sugarcoat this. Let's pull 3 cards about what's going to happen with that nefarious plan. Donald J. Trump hates America. Let's be clear. He hates America. Can you believe George Santos showed up? Oh my goodness. I hope he's not like the loser, just continuing to pop back up. That would be bad. Wait, let's ask that. Is George Santos just going to keep popping up like a bad penny or something? Yeah. America hates the loser. I agree with that. Yeah, I think George Santos will be going to jail too. But he looked like he was just whooping it up, having a great time. He just loves when those reporters come up to him. He feels so important. Okay, 3 more cards about the Russian connection. I don't know if I told you guys this, but the guy that's the mayor of our town right now, I know him because he's a musician. He plays bass. And we were, before he became mayor, we were getting together and doing some recording, and he'd written a song called The Russian Connection to the tune of The Rainbow Connection. It's really good. I should dig it out. I should call him up and go record it. Anyway, the mayor of Gloucester is cool. Okay, so we're pulling 3 cards about the Russian connection. Someday we'll find it, the Russian connection. It's already been fun. Yeah. Yeah. He's fraternizing with the world dictators. He most certainly is. And the 3 of Swords is, oh yeah. Oh, this is like, it's not going to work for the loser. He is fraternizing with the dictator. With the dictators, plural. With Putin and Orban. Yes, sirree, you heard it here. For entertainment purposes only, these are my psychic facts. And the 7 of Pentacles. It's a lot of work to do what they're doing. It's a lot of hiding stuff. You need to check out Randy Rainbow. I'm going to call the mayor. I'm going to ask him. I'm going to say, I'm sure he can find time to get together and record that song. He probably doesn't want it to be out there since he's in office now. Yeah, it's a lot of hiding things, and it's not easy what the loser is attempting with the world dictators, with a couple of world dictators. The 3 of Swords is heartbreak. Look, that doesn't look like it's a good outcome. Putin isn't loyal to anybody. What did the horse say after it tripped? Help, I've fallen and I can't giddy up. Ah, Thomas, you have a competitor here on the dad jokes. That was pretty good. Yes, the loser will definitely be considered an illegitimate president someday, that it was never legit. Even Jimmy Carter said, he came right out with it. I don't know what year it was when Jimmy Carter said this. It might have been recent. That the only reason that Trump got in office, he doesn't call him the loser, I don't think, is that Russia interfered. Yeah, that was a good one, right, Tom? Yeah, you got Thomas. Kudos to you. I'm sure, Thomas, he's very discerning with the dad jokes. They have to be funny. Yeah, Jimmy Carter said that the only reason that Trump got in was that he invited Russia to meddle. We know this, but it's kind of cool that it came out of Jimmy Carter's mouth. 1 year ago, Jimmy Carter went into hospice care, and he's still hanging in there. Beetle dad joke. A beetle ran up your leg, so you let it be. That's just kind of a tough contest now. That's pretty good, too. All right, you heard it here twice. The loser is inviting Putin in. Again. But you know what? We didn't know the game back then. We were kind of dumb. I mean, we were just naive. We were just like, we're having an election. Oh, Trump said, Russia, if you're listening, find Hillary's emails. Oh, wasn't that funny? Comey came up with the right before the election, these Hillary emails. Good Lord. Why can't that be proven and his presidency will be considered illegitimate? Well, we're kind of in the process. Boy, time is flying. I think I'm in a time warp. Tea is cold. Let's read on Madge. I can't believe these dictators coming into America either. I don't know what we need to do. I guess we could fire off emails to the White House. Why not? Russia, if you're listening, take him. He's yours. Good one, Ann. All right. Where's Warren tonight? He's awfully quiet. Warren, you okay? Before we continue, I'm going to put my little rig back up. Well-behaved women never made history. This is not a time to be quiet. This is not a time for any of us, men or women. This is not a time to shut up. This is a time to open your big mouth. It is. I will lead the way. The first visitor Trump had was from Russia. Yes. Yeah, it was so obvious. Let's do this. We're going to pull 3 cards about if America is going to wake up in time. I'm not going to read on Madge just yet. I'm going to read on America waking up in time. Biden hit on all the right notes. There was only one thing. The only one thing that I noticed that he didn't mention, because he probably didn't want to bring his son into it, and I think it was appropriate that he didn't mention it, and maybe he'll start mentioning it, is those sham hearings where they were using all this time and all this energy and all this huge fiasco working for Putin to try to get Biden impeached. The guides are telling me, oh yeah, Biden has a plan for that. The other night we read on it, and I got that the Biden family was going to sue faux news. By the way, if you scan my QR code, you can book a reading. Remember on Monday I was crybabying? I was crybabying because I get my business to pay my bills from all you guys booking readings. And you're not just helping me, you're totally helping you. And And you were so wonderful. You started booking readings, and I really appreciate it. Also, grassrootsofdemocracy.com. We meet on Saturdays. I just got a bunch of get out the vote postcards to mail to Arizona so that Carrie Lake doesn't win. Now she's running for Senate. Join us at Grassroots of Democracy. If you don't know what to do, we will show you. We will guide you. I already read on the Live Life Tarot. I did read on that already. Did Biden's speech turn any Trump supporters into Biden supporters? I got that everyone was pretty confused right now. That's when I went on my little tangent about be nice to the Trumpsters that are lost. Because they're lost. You keep forgetting Potato is Darren, but I did see her use Darren tonight too. Arizona's in jeopardy. Yeah, we're sending out get out the vote cards. Anyway, grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Even if you are unable to make our meetings because you're working or whatever, you have to have a good excuse to not show up. Anyway, you will get the notes from the meetings. And our 20 on Tuesdays guided meditation for a healed America every Tuesday. Go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Okay. So, tell me what I was just going to read on. Shoot. Help! Because I had, you're going to click for me twice. Oh yeah, hit the thumbs up. When you get a reading with me, you will not regret it. And I'm also a spiritual life coach. Will America wake up in time? Oh, okay. I guess I kind of forgot what I was going to read on because I kind of already read on that a little bit, but this is just another dimension. What's going to happen is, I keep telling everyone, there's something that's going to happen that's going to wake everybody up. Don't be scared. We'll be okay. When the American people feel, oh my God, what are we going to do? That's when it's going to shift. And it's going to shift quickly. Did I get my apartment? I did. I haven't signed the lease yet. Thanks for asking. It's on the low end rent-wise. I'm switching topics. I have to move in May. And I can't afford to have an office and a residence, so I'm going to do it all where I move to. I don't know about where you live, but the low end of rents here, and you can barely find anything for this, for like a one bedroom, is $2,000. Thank you for your support and your help on that. Most apartments are $2,500 or $3,000 a month. Yeah, it's crazy. I will definitely have seagulls. Those of you who've been with me for a while, you'll recognize where I'm moving to. And I'll let you know more as things become more firmed up. Yeah. Yeah, rents where I live have gone up by 860% in 1 year's time. So do you remember? That Joe Biden said something about housing costs, that he's going to do something about housing costs? My ears perked up. Hang on, I want to just read something. Live Life Tarot. I was scared last night having our entire government in one building. You thought Putin would send a missile. We were praying our heads off. We made it through. Yeah, the rents are just speaking of housing. It was a big housing crunch. But behind me, I listened to noise all day for the past more than a year now, because behind me they demolished the YMCA, and now behind me they're building a 40 apartment unit building. It's been really noisy. Your rent is high too, and you only live on Social Security. Yeah, the price gouging. And Biden addressed that too. And I'm not moving to Ohio, but thanks for the invite. As far as the State of the Union, of course we're all nervous. We're always it's like the Super Bowl, right? It's different, but we're always nervous for these things. But we pray and we intend and we send light. That's what we did last night. It worked. So the American people are going to feel scared and boxed in, and then things are going to change quickly because of some event that happens. Live Life Tarot is in Western Massachusetts. Is it that expensive there? I bet around the college. I bet around UMass in Amherst it is. Somebody scan that and tell me if it works. Malls need to be converted to housing. We don't actually have malls where I live. Except for one. And it's not huge. All right. It's Friday night, I guess. It's Friday night, so I guess that's why I'm going so long. What could it possibly be? I keep on picking up that in April we're going to have a shocking event. And I keep on getting that we'll make it through it. And we can intend it away, right? I think that we're doing that. Oh, thanks for reminding me, Gloria. I'll read on Marjorie Trader Green. And there's a couple of big eclipses coming up, and one of them is on the day that the loser is in court. Some of your old buildings here have been converted to housing. Yeah, they've done that here. My parents live in a converted school building. It's elderly housing now. They knew how to build them back then. It was built around the same time as this place, where my office is, the late 1800s. Is there? Yeah, I'm picking up. There's going to be an event that happens. Something's going to happen, and I keep on picking up in April. Yeah, and we will make it through. I'm going to pull 3 cards about if that has anything to do with our security secrets being leaked. I feel like Jack Smith is like, you know Jack Smith is a triathlete? I feel like he's really amped up and getting things done quickly. I'm not reading on Marjorie now. I'm reading on, because I keep picking up on some kind of an event. The 9 of Wands. It's actually it's going to make us grow up fast. Yeah, it's going to be a message. It's going to be a message to the American people. We will get the message. We will get the message. The message is, when something's going to happen, it's going to be scary, but we'll all get the message as a collective. You think the current conflict is because of the secret documents? Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. The 9 of Wands. We will have a lot of work to do to get ourselves back on track. Oh yeah, and then we had a little bit of a freak out yesterday because once somebody is the nominee, they're allowed to have our intelligence documents, briefings, and I'm going to ask this. I do think it involves Russia. I do think what I'm picking up on involves Russia. It might be a cyber attack, but I don't like to put a lot of energy into predicting things that are negative, so I go vague. Sending healing prayers to Diane Barr. Is she all right? Is she here? All right, send healing. Does work. I asked you guys to send my mom healing on her birthday on the 6th, and because she didn't feel well, and then I got word today that she's all better. So thank you. Is it? It feels like Russia. It does. It feels like Russia's. Not getting cyber attack though. Will it be enough to wake people up? It will be enough to wake people up. Will the loser get the briefs? No. I mean the intelligence briefings. Yes, thank you. Prayers work. Putin is getting desperate. I agree with that. So how about the Republicans, the Putin Republicans sitting on their, how many things they just sat there for? Didn't you just want to smack them? Metaphorically speaking. No, it's not nuclear weapons in space. That is not what I'm picking up on. I'm picking up on something, it feels like a little bit like cyber something. We'll read on Madge. Yes, thank you. My mom turned 85. If you've been tuning in this week, it's like, it feels like everybody in my family is a Pisces, but it's just my mom, my dad, and my older sister. And then came me. Okay, so two things. One, the fallout for Marjorie Trader Green. I mean, that display last night told me that she's not all there. She's cuckoo. She is cuckoo. Who would do that? You have to have a few screws loose. And we know she does. Who does that? She looked ridiculous. And she told a British reporter to F off. Just a mere 2 days before. She has no brain. The death card. This is the end for her. This is the end for her. She was one of the insurrectionists. It's the end for Marge, coming soon because of who she was. Damon, it's your favorite card. Sorry. It's his favorite card. The death card for Marge means an ending for her because of who she was involved with. We even have video of it, of her like bragging about what they have planned for January 6th. Hello? Oh, and Kamala was great, and Thomas. Hot Spartans there. The Three of Wands. Yes, her case is being worked on. Marge claims to be a good Christian, yeah. I didn't watch what was her last name? The Republican comeback. Was her last name Tillis? There was just a lot to absorb after last night. I'm still processing everything from the State of the Union. And I recommend that we all go back and listen to it again. The Midas brothers had a great after the speech. They had a really good talk about it. It was good. I love Midas Touch. They're the best. Definitely support Midas Touch. They're doing such great public service work. Okay, so the Stepford wife in the kitchen. I mean, honestly. Did you miss a good Thomas joke? Clarence asking, Thomas, can you throw up a dad joke for Clarence? It was scary. Yeah, Marge asked for a pardon. She did. Cassidy Hutchinson talked about that. I don't know why I'm staying on so long, but we're still here. So, I want to read about that. That was so weird, that Republican that commented. I mean, it's been bad before, but that was the worst. They really want women to be in the kitchen. And don't even get me started about that guy who's running for governor in North Carolina, because I won't shut up about it. So I better just not talk about that tonight. Mark Robinson. We really need to help North Carolina. Is anybody here from North Carolina? There goes my GPS. Where do polar bears keep their mommy? Oh, their money. They're a snowbank. All right, Live Life Tarot and Thomas are neck and neck for the dad jokes. It's the primaries. You thought Robinson won. It's the primaries. That's what I just said. Sometimes I think there's a delay. All right, the Republican after, what do they call it? The rebuttal after the State of the Union. I didn't listen to her. I couldn't really deal with it. I saw a little bit of it. And she was like, she kept acting like her voice was all shaky and she was going to cry. How did that go for her? Oh, she's just following the right-wing extremist Christian creed. What was her name? Katie Britt. Thank you. Oh, she's you say another Bobert. She's a little different. Mark Robinson. The most heinous, he says the most heinous things. He's running for governor. We got to help North Carolina. You can't have somebody who thinks like a murderer as the governor. And I agree, Mike Johnson's face last night was unforgettable. Somebody saw me on Midas Touch. I was in a lot of company in the chat, but I was just like, are you kidding me? He just kept smirking. The MAGA Mike smirk. So, that woman, Katie Britt, I think I got that right. Yeah, she was creepy with that whispery voice, and she was like a scared housewife. An origami shop closed unexpectedly. More to come as things unfold. Maybe I'm just on longer for the dad jokes. I don't know. Oh, okay, you watch Roland Martin on YouTube talk about Mark Robinson. Be in the know about this guy, about Mark Robinson. I'm not going to read on him tonight. He is a scary dude. I'm reading on Katie Britt right now. Yeah, Katie Britt. Fire and Brimstone Bible Thumper. It's all here. And the Ace of Cups. She thinks she did good. She thinks she did good. MAGA Mike looks like the guy from Mad Magazine. I've been trying to place it. His hair's not the right color, but... Oh my goodness. I don't think we're going to have time to read tea leaves. Maybe a little bit. Benjamin is saying he can't believe how rude Marjorie Trader Green was. I know, it's breathtaking, but what is that? What do we always say? Shocked but not surprised. He looked like my blue Smurf? MAGA Mike? I don't know, the Smurf is cute. Thomas wants tea leaves. Before I read the tea leaves, though, I do have to pull 3 cards about MAGA Mike. So the people on the Republican side that aren't really Republicans, I thought it was interesting when Joe Biden kind of laughed with Lindsey Graham. They used to be friends. Almost like it was all just a movie. MAGA Mike. But they just put on full display how anti-democracy they are. I think that's going to make a difference for the American people. They flaunted it. We're anti-democracy. We hate people. We don't want to help anybody. So we're just going to sit here as Joe Biden talks about feeding hungry children, and we're going to disagree. MAGA Mike. The only thing missing from Katie Britt's kitchen. Why was she in her kitchen? Is her copy of The Good Wife. I'm sorry, we have come too far. It's International Women's Day. That's why I'm staying on longer, I guess. Or maybe I got so much energy from being at Maha Shivarati today, virtually. There's a new moon on Sunday, and it's daylight savings time, and Ramadan begins, so get ready for that. It's a very powerful time. MAGA Mike. That's Putin. Vlad Dracula. What was with was there plastic fruit in Katie Britt's kitchen? No. Please. Oh, that's so awful. It's so tacky. MAGA Mike. He's in bed with Putin. Obviously. Did you see him get up and clap about defending Ukraine? I don't think he did. I was shocked at the end. When he actually did start clapping for some things. That was like, wow, that's weird. Anyway. Some are saying it wasn't even Katie Britt's voice. It was a weird voice. Anyway, I'm reading about MAGA Mike. It is known that he's in bed with Putin. Oh, Luke Beasley is great. Oh, thank you for alerting me to that. I'd probably watch it anyway. Marge is saying she thought that MAGA Mike was just having to straighten his underwear. It was weird. Moscow Mike has been taking money from Russia since 2018. You heard it here too. I've been telling you that. Yeah, he was so uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, no bank account, right? He's. I really just feel like we're all going to know, and what they're attempting to do is get the American people on Putin's side. Have you noticed that? Yes, MAGA Mike is gay. Come on, you're a tarot reader, you can tell. But he did conversion therapy. Psychic facts. The Page of Swords. MAGA Mike has a message coming to him soon. He's nervous. And the Four of Pentacles is holding back. He's holding back. He's holding on to something. He's hiding something. He's beyond evil. He really is. Big things are coming. Buckle up, buttercups, says Betty. Yeah. There's a lot of energy around MAGA Mike. There's a lot of motion around MAGA Mike. And I feel like he's sort of spinning. In more ways than one. Marge probably put super glue on their seats. I don't know. That was, I mean, I find it curious that they're not hiding that they're working for Russia. Please hit the thumbs up. Okay, we'll go ahead and read tea leaves and then I'll let you go. But you got to promise me you're going to book a reading. Or you're going to help yourself with spiritual life coaching. I'll have some classes coming up in the near future too. I think I moved my pointer stick. Let's see. Let's use an eyeliner. All right, you have this, right? You have this. Well-behaved women rarely make history, and you scan my QR code. Y'all got to get a reading. You won't believe how much information you'll receive. You'll never be able to look at my Smurf the same ever again. Well, you know, this is in tribute to Jared Moskowitz. Because James the Dunce Comer called him a Smurf. These people, they're so juvenile. I mean, the MAGAs. Well, I see a fire next to the snake. Hold on. There's a fire. There's a fire next to the snake. Let's check that out. What does fire mean? Have I told you guys how much I love hanging out with you? I love hanging out with you. Is Warren still here? I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe he had to leave. Fire represents passion, anger, and all the hot emotions. Well, the snake would represent the loser who's throwing ketchup up against the wall. And down here we have, there is a dragon. I see a dragon. And I see a couple of dragons, actually. Are you guys seeing dragons? What do I say every Friday night? Do tell. That I love hanging out with you? Well, I'm not going to stop saying it. Do you see the dragons? There's a few dragons in there. Wow, it's a very dragony teacup. Let's see. I love hanging out with you. I love doing readings, so it's nice that you're here so we can read together. We're in the year of the dragon. That could be why, but there's 3 dragons in the cup. That's kind of big. Something may not be what it seems. The dragon is a master of illusion, trickery, and showmanship. You can enjoy the show, but do not get taken in. So it's a master of illusion, showmanship, and trickery. The loser's all over these tea leaves. So there's going to be a lot of pulling the wool over our eyes, but we already know that they're doing that. And let's look. And in Mercury, I see a fairy. See, this is Mercury. I see a fairy. There's a fairy there. Okay, let's look up the fairy, and then that might be it for tonight, because you know we all have things to do, right? Yeah, isn't it fun doing readings together? When I was kind of, you know, getting my bearings with reading cards and everything early on, that was my favorite thing to do, like on a Saturday afternoon. Just do readings. Fairies bring possibilities and opportunities, sometimes in disguise and often out of the blue. Out of the blue. Such possibilities are often small, subtle, but success and happiness often hide in such opportunities. I think this has to do with communications, and that we have great opportunities to kind of highlight what the loser has been up to. So, and also to run on, for Biden to run on. I mean, they have piles and piles and piles of horrible things that the loser has said. Just that alone is a lot of material to use for campaigning. More Democrats running in elections winning. Oh, Nanya's just showing up and we're just finishing up. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Book a reading. Join Grassroots of Democracy. Go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com. And you see a dancing Indian? Well, that's what the people in India were doing today. Church of Spirituality is every single Sunday at 1. If you're not watching Church of Spirituality, you're losing out on an opportunity to just be inspired and make your life better. Hi, Raven. Welcome. And when you become a member... Oh, we have new people. Please hit the subscribe. And please hit the thumbs up. It's all free and it helps the algorithms. We're kind of a clique. It's not really growing very much, but we are working on changing that. When you become a member, you get an affirmation in your inbox every single day. And at the top 2 levels, the World and the High Priestess, if you're a member at those levels, you get invited to a psychic party once a month, the last Saturday of the month. And we also, at Grassroots of Democracy, we have started a book club, and you don't have to read the entire book to come to our meetings. The 3rd Saturday of every month at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we meet for book club, and right now, for this month, we're reading Rachel Maddow's prequel. Highly recommend the book. So check that out. And that's it. And I love you guys, and hang in there, because we are in a good position to save our democracy, and we're going to keep it going. All right. Thank you to those of you who have donated to me. I appreciate it. When you donate in the tip jar, that's going towards my record that I'm working on currently. It's going to be called Songs for Democracy. All right, namaste. See you later.